Have you ever had a manager who just sucked at their job? Sure, they might have been like a technical guru back when they were doing like real technical stuff, but now they're a people manager and they don't know what the hell they're doing. Look, we've all seen people like that. We've all worked with managers like that. It sucks. But when you get that next promotion opportunity where they want to push you up to being a manager, I really want you to ask yourself, would you be a good manager? Do you want to be a manager? Should you be a manager? But we've seen it time and time again. We've got this rock star at work. They know the ins and outs of their job. They are technical wizards. They excel at doing their job and doing it well. And at some point, that quality work is going to be rewarded with a promotion. Woo! Everything's right with the world. But oftentimes that promotion is going to be to a managerial role. It just kind of seems to be the way things go. If you do your job well enough, you're put into a more senior position that often comes with having people report to you. This might be seen as an inevitability as you move up the career ladder. You become a people manager, but it really shouldn't be. Would you be a good manager? Do you even know if you'd be a good manager? Do you even want to be a manager, or do you just want that pay bump that tends to come with it? I think that question of whether or not an individual would be a good manager isn't asked enough from either side of the promotion. Maybe it's more pronounced in the IT world, but just because a person is a great coder does not mean they are good at dealing with other people. But that doesn't stop the fact that oftentimes when a coder gets promoted, they'll be expected to be a supervisor or a mentor to other individuals. It's just the way promotions seem to work at most companies. As an individual who has spent plenty of time wanting to advance in his career, I rarely considered whether or not I would even be a good manager. I just aspired to be one because it's what I was supposed to do. It was the way to advance, right? I don't want this to be you. Look, I'm not saying you'd be a bad manager. I'm not saying you'd be a good manager either. I have no idea if you would be a good or bad manager. That's not my point here. My point is that this is a question you should actually be asking yourself about whether or not you would be a good manager before blindly seeking a leadership position in your company. Managers spend plenty of time dealing with administrative paperwork. They don't get to spend the same amount of time of hands-on activity actually building things like they used to. They're responsible when things go wrong. And here's the real thing. Managers are expected, let me say that again, expected to mentor those who report to them, to conduct evaluations and provide feedback to them. And it's that one right there that I just want to harp on for a second. That last one, where you actually have to be a good manager and mentor to your direct reports. Think about a time when you had an awful manager. Maybe you felt directionless, you didn't get much feedback. It might have felt like you were spinning your wheels or missing out on what could have been a much better experience. And yes, that is the Candyland version of a bad manager. There are certainly horror stories out there, but the point I want you to take from this is that being a manager is incredibly impactful to those that you are managing. And you can make or break people's careers by your actions as a manager. This is something you should really consider before going after a managerial position. Because at that point, it's not just about you and your career goals. It's about how you're impacting others around you, others who will rely on you. If you're not ready for that responsibility, think about sticking to a more technical career path rather than moving into a managerial position. I think a lot of people feel like they have to become a manager if they want to move up in their career. And I am here to tell you that that is absolutely not the case. Do what you enjoy doing and what you're good at. Look, I'm not here to tell you that you shouldn't be a manager either. What I'm telling you is that the world is full of shitty managers who are just there because they were following their career path, not because they should actually be there, not because they belong anywhere near a leadership position. Consider what value you would actually be adding to others before you jump into a manager position. And companies, consider if that person should even be a manager or if they simply just deserve more money for doing their job better than most. If you're still here, thank you so much for sticking around. If you found any value in that video, be sure to check the like button. If you have had a bad experience with a manager or a great experience, let me know in the comments about how it actually made an impact in your career. If you want to see more videos like this, I go over career growth videos, personal development, interview preparation, where we break down questions into like really detailed parts. I go over that stuff pretty much in daily uploads at this point. So check out my channel over here. Check out this video right here if you want to know more, and I'll see you next time.